In fact, I said, I was over on the other side of town, in the Grayson area, Brookwood area. They had 3 services today, and we playing tug of war to get y'all to come to one.
Come on, Pastor. All right.
I declare that it's not your birthday.
Okay.
I'm calling traffic. I couldn't make it, so I gotta watch your line. The devil is alive. It's his birthday. Surely you can give God a little bit of. Where you going? I'm on my way to Jesus' birthday party. I'm on my way to Jesus' birthday party. He did so much for me. I gotta celebrate it. In fact, I'm calling with a blessing. I didn't give all my money to Walmart. I didn't give all. It's his birthday, not yours. Yeah. 17. I'm going to have better. Say, with or without you. This train is headed towards better. With or without you. This train is headed towards better. Philippians, listen to this. Philippians 4, 6 and 7 says this: do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication, with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God. And the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, will guard your heart and your mind in Christ Jesus. Some of y'all mind tripping. But the word says that Jesus Christ will guard your mind.
That just spoke to me.
He will guard your mind. What you've been toiling with, have you given it to Jesus? Or will you trust him? Will you make him bigger than your problems? The ghost of Christmas present was procrastination, laziness, slothfulness, and all these things where people weren't moving in the present moment. But the ghost of Christmas future has to do with the lack of faith and the lack of patience. Push your neighbor and say, my ghost of Christmas future is faith and patience. Amen. I'm preaching more than this time. I don't come with that. I didn't come here for fucking circumstance. I came for a word from God. I told you it's his birthday. Happy birthday, Jesus. The decisions you make today will affect the rest of your life. I told you about a story. Did I tell you about the jewelry store? I didn't tell you about the jewelry store. Let me tell you about the jewelry store. I'm in Memphis, Tennessee. I'm working for this nonprofit, and the boss just calls me in the office and tells me, we're cutting your budget. You're going to have to find a new job in 30 days. I ain't tripping. I'm concerned because I'm in a whole different city. I have no friends, no family. And I'm upset with this person who gave me a 2-year budget, but now cut it in 1 year. I moved my whole family up there, bought a new house, and did all of these different things. And he tells me, yeah, we decided to cut your funding in your area, so you got a 30-day notice. We're going to go a different direction. So, wow, okay. So I'm at the jewelry store, and I don't even know why or how I got there. Photography, that's right. I was trying to build my own business because, the brother tried to lay me off. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to eat. Amen. Amen. And praise God for multiple streams of income. Amen. So I got some photos up in the mall, in the Memphis City Mall. And I go to this jewelry store by my house, and I'm like, hey, I do photography work. I got some great ring photos. I would love to display them behind you. I'll put them in a nice frame and everything, and so on and so forth. If you allow me to do that, maybe you give out some of my cards and tell people who I am. And the guy was like, hey, you sure, buddy? And I'm like, cool. And there's this kid in there, and he's smiling from ear to ear. said, man, you got the best smile in the place. What's going on? He said, I'm buying my class ring. And I said, that is so cool. He said, yeah, because here's what I recognize. He says, the sacrifices that I make for the next 4 years are going to change the rest of my life.
Wow.
I said, what school are you going to? He told me the college and everything. He says, yeah, I'm going to bust my behind. I'm going to sacrifice because I realized that if I just do it for 4 years. This was a little guy. He was like 17 years old. He says, but if I sacrifice now, then I won't have to struggle later. And I'm sitting there underqualified because I hadn't sacrificed. And I had an epiphany. But it was a revelation. It was a revelation. God showed me something in that moment. He said, if you sacrifice now, the decisions you make today will affect the rest of your life. I walked out of there, and that same night I applied for school, and I didn't finish college until I got my master's.
Amen.
I didn't have a bachelor's, I didn't have an associate's. I had some years of college, that's all I had, which didn't amount to anything on paper, but from that point on, until the day I finished my master's in 2009, I was in school. Because I recognize that the decisions we make today affect the rest of your life. Children, listen to me. I don't care what the first semester looked like. Well, I'm passing all my classes. Don't you say that to nobody else. That does not qualify you for anything but lettuce washing. And it's okay. It's not a bad job. Somebody gotta wash the lettuce.
Yeah.
At the McDowell, come on. I'm to America. Some of y'all know I'm a fry washer or something like that. Whatever the case may be, it's not a bad job, but you could do push your neighbor and say better. Yeah. Come on. So what are you saying, Pastor? I'm saying that if you bust your behind today and make some better decisions than tomorrow and the next day and the next day, potentially will be better.
Amen. Amen.
But the choice is yours. I can't force you.
Yeah.
A lack of faith and patience is the ghost of Christmas future. Dealing with our patience, or impatience rather, it is not just important to learn to wait on God, because we're going to do that regardless. But what's equally important is how we wait.
Amen.
Push your neighbor and say, how are you waiting? Some of y'all smoking like a chimney. Stressed from the opening of the door to the closing of it. You just don't know how this can work. 3 packs down the line and ain't nothing changed.
Amen.
Nudge your neighbor and say, we can't run God's timing. And marinate for a minute. Oh, I wish we could. Wouldn't you if you could? Lord, I would. But I'm going to be like that widow who kept going to Jesus again and again and again and again and again. But I'm going to wait again and again and again until God blesses me.
Amen. You do it.
Lord, I'll wait on you until you bless me. We live in a time where we know pretty much everything. Okay, Google, navigate to Lenox Mall. And within about 2.2 seconds, Google says, okay, directions available, or something to that extent. And he gives you the amount of time and the directions that you're going to have to take. Some of y'all call Siri, and she don't hardly answer. But I'm not going to talk about that right now. The Bible said don't eat the apple. We're not going to have that discussion. I'm such a Mac hater. Let your light shine, okay? Hallelujah. But We know the distance. We know the schedule. We know where we're going, what we're getting for Christmas. Some of y'all didn't even have the courtesy to box anything. Just sit it under the tree. Babies already know what they're getting anyway. They already picked it out. Went to the store with you. There's no more element of surprise. Almost like that old commercial, my 30 and over crew. I want my money now. Oh, some of y'all are watching on TV. Come on. Some of these kids don't know what a commercial is. It's kind of like the thing on the TV where you have to turn the channels. And in between the channels, there's like a commercial. Oh, I know what it is. Like YouTube. You're watching YouTube, there's a little commercial on the beginning. Well, back in the day, we had to watch commercials just to get content. There was no skip this commercial now. Can you believe that? You had to spend a whole 2 minutes sometimes watching a commercial. I know that scared some of our babies. Welcome to the 21st century. Amen? But back in the day, we didn't have to watch commercials. There was this one commercial where the guy would be like, I want my money now. Because what he did was traded his inheritance or the sum of what he was going to receive for a smaller amount so that he could get it now. Oh, that'll preach. Oh, I'm talking to somebody. So some of you have greatness in store for you, potential on the inside of you, but you're willing to trade that thing out for a quick and instant fix because I want my money now. Tasha, if we could only learn to just wait on God. But Pastor, you don't know, I've been single for a long time, and just because he's running on the streets, he still come home and pay my bills. Security! You're going after it the wrong way. Reminds me of a story about a sister named Ruth. Her husband died. Yeah. Daddy died. Yeah. Brother-in-law died. Yeah. Only thing mama got left was a little baby. Little baby, by the time Ruth is old enough, by the time he's old enough, Ruth will be too old to bear children. Yeah. But she still said, wherever you go, I'll go. The God you serve is my God. I'll follow you to the ends of the earth. And because she trusted God, because she waited on God, some of y'all refuse to wait. We live in a Snapchat society. Some of y'all have a 15-second attention span. If I don't say something for the next, between now and the next 15 seconds, I would have lost you. If I don't say something exciting or something to stimulate and titillate your mind, some of y'all going to sleep on me. Boom! What's your name? So what we gonna do? Zoo, he don't say nothing. That's my dude right there. He's a silent killer. These guys over here preaching for me. Shout out but seriously, we've got to learn to wait on God. Amen. Nudge your neighbor and say, wait. But in regards to his walk with God and our destiny unfolding, it seems like he only gives us a small piece, a portion of the pie. We know everything. We know when the food's going to be done. The microwave say put it in there for 5.5 minutes and it'll be done. The piece of man said 30 minutes or less. We know everything. There's no more element of surprise with anything in the world except God. And I think that's why a lot of us want to abandon him. That's why a lot of folk ain't in church tonight. They put on the GPS how long it's going to take them to get to the building, or they got caught up doing so many different things, so they didn't have any more time left for God. about it but backwards. Oldham used to say you put the... Oh, there was another one. Come on, a little further back, baby. It wasn't always the horse. It was another animal. But y'all get the ox. Let's say that. Since the babies are around, we're putting the ox before the cart. Amen? Y'all know where I'm going with that. But here's what's happening. We have got to learn to wait on God. In God's timing, it will happen for you. Romans 12:3 says this, for by grace given me, I say to every one of you, do not think of yourself more highly than you ought, but rather think of yourself with sober judgment in accordance with the faith God has distributed to each one of us. Push your neighbor and says, the wait requires faith. God, I need y'all to work a little harder than that. I'm up here sweating like a Hebrew slave. I need your help. Come on, because if you don't preach to them, they might not get it because they're closer to you than they are to me. Touch your neighbor for a minute. Here's what you got to understand. Right there in that moment, you had the ability to do something that I couldn't. Some of y'all can see it. Did that make sense? You had the ability to touch somebody, to give them a touch, which is you right now are the mirror and the reflection of Jesus Christ. And by your touch, by the power put inside of you, you have the ability to shape, shift, and change somebody's life. So touch your neighbor and say, to wait requires faith. If God laid out all of his plans and showed you what the end was going to be, every step you would take would not require any faith. What would you need God for? What would you need God for, Deacon? If you knew everything that was going to happen before you walked in the building, Deaconess, what in the world would we need God for? Why would you need him right now? But instead, God requires for us to trust him along the way. He requires for us to trust him along the way. He requires for us to trust him along the way. God gives us enough faith to believe we can achieve. Amen. But that will only happen if we learn to trust him. Amen. Impatience. What is impatience? And I'm almost ready to go. Y'all ready to go? Y'all tired of me? I'm tired. I'll be eating something right now. I'm tired. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. All right? Let me keep going. We'll be ready to go. Impatience. Say impatience. Impatience is unable, unwilling to wait. Antonym for impatience is happy, unconcerned, unenthusiastic, controlled, easygoing, enduring, forbearing, laid back, patient, tolerant, waiting, and willing. Those are the opposite of impatience. Any of those things you don't want to have. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? But some of y'all ain't got no patience. Some of y'all won't wait on God. So what are you? You're unhappy. You're overly concerned. You're enthusiastic, meaning you running all over the place. You turned up all the time. You're uncontrollable. You're hard going, stressed, forbearing. You're not laid back at all. You're impatient. You're intolerant, and you're not waiting, and you're unwilling. Impatience is the opposite of trust. Impatience is the opposite of trust. The entire premise of religion is about trust, i.e. faith. People always want to challenge my religion. They find out I'm a pastor. Y'all get that? Yeah. They find out you're a Christian. Well, why you believe this? Why are you doing that? Why are you doing this? That's just stupid. I can't believe you giving your money to that church. That's just stupid. I say, you giving your money to Strawberry? That ain't stupid. You running up in the club buying 3 and 4 drinks, that ain't stupid. Spending top dollar for stuff that's not going to change or invest in your life. That's not stupid. But me wanting to serve God, me spending time with God, me giving him my all, me giving him a tithe is stupid because I want to trust in something that you don't believe. I'm stupid? No, you're stupid. We don't have to, and I don't even debate religion with folks anymore.
Yeah.
I'm bigger on saying, hey, what you believe is between you and God.
Right. That's it.
I got an answer for me. Now, I will help you. I will assist you. I will, whatever questions you have about how it makes me feel, what it does for me, I'm game to tell you that, but I'm not going to press my way. I'm not going to. God is not a rapist. He will not force himself upon you. He gives us all free will. Amen? So the entire premise of religion is about trust, i.e. faith. If we don't learn to wait and to trust God, we will never get to the point he wants us to go in our future, in our present, in the things that he's trying to do for us. Push your neighbor and say, we've got to learn to wait on God. Push your neighbor and say, wait on God. Let me read this to you, and we're going to get out of here. 1 Kings 18, 43 through 45 reads as such. Go and look toward the sea, he told the servant. And he went up and looked. There is nothing, he said. 7 times Elijah said, go back.
Go back.
Can you imagine that? Hold on, this ain't just, let me set this whole thing up.
Set it up.
He told the king it was going to rain.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Here's what happens. See, now, false prophecy. Man, listen. Help me, Father. False prophecy is big nowadays. Folks will prophesy in a minute. Listen, folks will prophesy in a minute. This is just the culture in the church. Oh, I see God doing. God is going to give you a limousine in 30 days. God, I ain't even seen a limousine. Do they still make limousines? You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. But anyway, prophet. But so here it is. He told the king that God was going to send the rain. But here's what happens now. If you prophesy to the king,
bearing death.
Woo! Push your neighbor and say, off with his head. All right? It's severe consequences if a prophet was to give a false prophecy to a king. He just set him up for failure. He might have told his people to be in expectance or whatever the case may be. So here this guy is waiting on rain. And his servant goes outside to check for it. First time he comes back in. I ain't no trip. I'm good. Elijah. Amen. Ain't no rain out there, man. Elijah said, go back. He do a cool run, I'm sure. Jumps back outside. Hey, Elijah. Sir, ain't no rain out there. Elijah said, go back again. The 3rd time. Ain't no rain. The 4th time. Ain't no rain out there. At some point, hear me now. The smart servant, or the one who doesn't follow God as closely, might have been like, man, the heck with this. That dude about to get his head cut off. I'm out. 4 or 5 times of going out of the chair and not finding something. You really, see, sometimes God has to test your faith.
That's all right.
I've been praying for a change.
Come on, Pastor. Come on.
Nothing's changed. I come to church. I'm at the altar. I go back home. Nothing's changed. I'm at the church. I'm at the altar. Lord, come on, fix me. I feel it. I feel it. I'm feeling something on the inside. Maybe it's the rain. Nothing's changed. Oh, number 4. I know this is the time. Come on, God. I need you in this moment. I'm trusting you, God. Nothing's changed. Number 6 time. You know what, God? I'm tired of this. I've been praying to you. I've been trusting you. I've been waiting on you. I quit.
one time before the Sabbath.
Quit. You can't do this anymore. Not realizing it.
One more time.
If we could just learn in the midst of our storm to wait on God. He goes back the seventh time and he says, Master, Elijah, I don't see any rain. He says, go back. And the word says the seventh time the servant reported a cloud. I see a cloud. I see a cloud as small as a man's hand is rising from the sea. Elijah said, don't tell Ahab. Hitch up the chariot and go down before the rain stops. And instantly, something the size of a fist. Woo! Your faith. Let your neighbor say, don't take a whole lot of faith. It don't take a whole lot of faith. He said, I see a cloud the size of a fist. Woo! In the distance. Come on, somebody. Can you imagine? You waiting on the rain. You waiting on God to change. But change doesn't come big like you want. Change comes gradual. Change comes small. Little things start to change. Lord, I've been praying for my legs. But thank you, Lord, my back don't hurt like it used to. Lord, I've been praying for my finances. But thank you that all of my bills are paid. I may not have more than enough. But I thank you, Lord, that you're giving me enough. He may not come, oh, thank you, songwriter. He may not come like you want him. But he's always. Come on, somebody. He's always. You should take it and say, he's always. I'm going to stay there. I don't want to go any further. Stand on your feet right now. My message for today, wait on God. I've been waiting 7 times at the risk of death. 7 times. Wait on God. He might not come the first time. He might not come the first week. He might not come the first month. He might not come the first year. But I don't know about you, but I'm going to wait on God. You got to see him in the little things.
Yes.
Say he hadn't fixed your situation, but your baby's healthy. Your legacy is still intact. Things may not have gone the way you wanted them to go, but God is still the God of great things and even small things. Say, my finances are a mess, but guess what? My babies are happy. They don't even know what's going on. They don't have a clue that I'm out here hustling, trying to get this. Oh, I'm talking to somebody. See God in the little things. You don't know how he's doing it. I'm on Facebook and some good friends of ours who went to our marriage retreat. I'm looking at their Facebook page and they're opening presents for their baby. Their 3-year-old baby at the gravesite.
Wow.
And I can hear Mama in the background crying. She said, my first Christmas without my baby.
Yeah.
And she's breathing hard. I don't know how, Jesus. And then we lose sight of the fact that when we're sitting next to a blessing, you may not have everything you want, but at least in this moment, God is giving you the ability to inhale and exhale. You may not have it how you want it, but at least in this